America's foremost interpreter of the playwright Tom Stoppard's work. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming an Olivier Award winner, Tony winner, Oscar winner, recent recipient of the Penn Allen Foundation Literary Service Award, among many other accolades, playwright and Wilma supporter, Sir Tom Stoppard.
Very generous introduction, thank you. And it was mentioned that my play Arcadia was the first play we performed at this Wilma stage. I remember being in the street, Broad Street, with Yuri and Blanka, when that sign was lit up. Test run. And it just made me laugh. It was so Zizka. And Yuri did a wonderful production of Arcadia. Blanka has continued with, in a sense, my torch in her hand from time to time. And it moves me quite a lot to think of the years that passed, because I guess it was 1996 when I was standing outside this building for the first time. And it moves me also that Blanka continued in the spirit of that sign. There's something about the genius of this theatre, which is colourful and off-centre in a nice way. Off-centre is very different from lopsided. Blanka, with great credit, is an off-centre visionary. I choose that word with care because there are essentially two kinds of theatre out there. The first kind is a very welcome space where different people show up and do different shows, and it's important that those theatres exist. But the other kind, which is the Wilma kind, is that they are the expression of an individual who's prepared to back her own instincts, her own tastes, and her own sense of what theatre is for. So you tend to get, with luck, an eclectic choice of plays, some of which are commercially dangerous choices. Blanka, she never fades. She never wavers. And she means a lot to me personally. I don't want to kind of make this too more personal than she would like. But when all is said and done, we aren't here and we're not together out of a set of abstract principles about the way we think theatre ought to be. It's the other way around. I recognize in Blanka the way I want theatre to be, and that's why theatre is what she is. She is the theatre that she lives and breathes. I've spoken about twice as long as I promised to speak. It is in no sense a duty. It is indeed a true privilege to be able to stand here and introduce her or reintroduce her to you. In doing so, I would like to just express very brief sense of appreciation for the love and support which I feel coming at me when I come to Philadelphia and come to Broad Street and enter these doors. It's a big part of my life as a writer, and so is, ladies and gentlemen, Blanka Zizka.
Thank you, Tom, for your wonderful words. It's such a great privilege to have you here and to work on your plays. They have pushed me to enlarge my scope of knowledge because, with your research that you do, I have to always catch up later on. And, plays also stir in me this insatiable curiosity because, again, you are that kind of person. So thank you for providing us with these plays that, we did 12 of them, as David said. So, as you know, 4 decades ago, it was already that my late ex-husband, co-conspirator, artistic partner, and Zizka and I decided to leave the former Czechoslovakia. We left because our theater company was prevented from performing by the government. Our country at the time was very isolated, and we had no information about where to settle. A country in Western Europe, in Canada, USA. If I were a character in Tom Stoppard's The Heart Problem, I would ask, was it a coincidence or a miracle that we ended up in Philadelphia? When we arrived here, I barely spoke English, but I immediately started exploring theater scene and found the Wilma Project. Most of you know the rest of the story. Yuri and I wanted to create theater that matters. Plays produced at the Wilma have always responded to the world around us, which contains many contradictions, mysteries, unexpected encounters with new ideas, conflicts, and surprises. With the help of many Philadelphians, we raised funds to move the Wilma from Sansom Street to Broad Street, grew the budget, and enlarged the administrative and production staff. Yet, in spite of the growth, we have been all these years under a constant financial pressure, which one can say is part of life in nonprofit theater. However, this pressure can be oppressive because it traps creative energies and brings about fear of risk-taking and experimentation. Because of the financial pressures, many nonprofit theaters around the country, including the Wilma, have developed systems which seem logical and practical, but they remind me of an assembly line production rather than a place where we create the best possible conditions for art to blossom. Because of these systems, there is rarely a common sense of purpose behind a production. But theater is a collaborative art form, and I believe that creating living and adventurous art is not a job, and all the artists involved in any project should together contemplate and explore questions the piece they are working on is asking. I wish for the Wilma artists to be able to engage fully in practice of their craft, keep learning through professional development, and allow for time to experiment with both content and form. With that in mind, the Wilma is establishing Hut House, a company of local actors who will work together to develop through rigorous training and experimentation new ideas for projects and deepen Wilma's aesthetics. The Hut House will develop new interpretation of classics, plays with directors who will conceive projects directly for the Hut House company, and new pieces by commissioning playwrights writing directly for the company. The Hut House will invest into Philadelphia theater community by conducting workshops with first-class international artists, theater directors, and teachers, and ultimately by segueing these company members into the role of teachers themselves at the Hut House Studio and the educational residencies at Philadelphia Public Schools. In so doing, the Hut House and its studio will substantially enhance Philadelphia theatrical creativity, encouraging exploration and risk-taking for artists throughout the region. I believe that Wilma's investment into artistic development of artists will result in a rich and exciting experience for both artists and audiences in Philadelphia, and that our audiences will grow both nationally and internationally. Thank you all for your support, your energies, encouragement, kindness, generosity, and love. And now I will ask all the Hut House members and associate artists to stand up. We need some lights for that. For me. And please now let me introduce to you the Hut House artists, Sarah Glicker and Justin Jane. Thank you.